Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent tells the story of Agnes Magnusdóttir, who was charged with the murder of two men in early 1800s Iceland. Agnes is sent to an isolated farm where she is to await her execution. The family at first are disgusted and terrified of their unwanted guest, but over the course of her stay, Agnes opens up and tells her tragic tale, and it seems there is more to the story that has not been told. Burial Rites is a novel that I have been wanting to read for quite a number of years now. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, and I was not disappointed. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. And yeah, this is a story about a woman, Agnes Magnusdóttir. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not really quite sure how to pronounce her name. I think it's Agnes Magnusdóttir. But yeah, it's a story about this woman, a true story that happened in 1800s Iceland. And yeah, she was accused of some murders. And yeah, that's what this novel presents and is trying to theorize. You know, did Agnes, did she really kill these people? Is there more to the story? Was there a reason to explain why she did what she did? And yeah, I loved how this all played out. And yeah, it's a very emotional and dark story. And not only is the story itself very well done, but just also 1800s Iceland, you guys. I don't think I've ever read a book in 1800s Iceland, or Iceland in general. And yeah, I think Hannah Kent does such a beautiful job, you know, really describing 1800s Iceland. It's just really rich and detailed and atmospheric and dark and kind of gritty. You kind of feel dirty a lot of the times while reading this, because I would kind of finish reading this and I'd be like, God, I want to take a shower. Because I just felt kind of dirty. And I think Hannah Kent just really dives wonderfully into what life was like here in Iceland. She really dives into the people and especially into the culture of the time period. So yeah, this is a story about Agnes. Like I said, she's accused of murdering two men, but she does have two fellow co-conspirators, another guy and a young woman. And yeah, the three of them, it's kind of this whole story, you know, that this relationship between these three people, how they come together, and how it all leads up to the murder of these two men. And yeah, they burned the house down apparently together as well. And I think Hannah Kent, she does such an amazing job in weaving together this story of jealousy and betrayal and heartbreak, and it's all very complex characters. And the whole time you're wondering what the true story is, because you do experience a lot of this novel through Agnes's point of view, and yeah, you find yourself sympathizing with her. You're trying to understand her because everybody around her is making her out to be this heartless, cold-blooded killer, you know, this evil murderess. And yeah, she doesn't really come across that way, but yeah, people are judging her from her appearance, and yeah, you're trying to dig underneath the surface of who she is as a woman and as a character. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a story, it's a true story I have never heard of, so I didn't know what the outcome was gonna be. And I'm so upset though, because like the description, like, you know, the inside flap description, it does mention what happens to Agnes, and I'm not going to mention it here because I think it's kind of part of the story. You know, you don't need to know what happens to her ultimately, whether it's good or bad. You know, you shouldn't know. But yeah, I was upset from the synopsis on the opening flap, because it does spoil what happens, and I was kind of upset because I read this novel knowing what was going to happen, and I kind of would have preferred not to know what happens. But yeah, just to mention some of the characters really quickly, I've already mentioned Agnes. I really liked reading this novel through her point of view. It kind of lessens the mystery in some ways, you know, because you are hearing her voice, you're kind of in her thoughts. You do sympathize with her, you do start to understand her, and yeah, she's not some evil, cold-hearted bitch like everyone likes to make her out to be. I also really liked the priest. His name, he has a much longer name, but he goes by Tati. I'm not really sure how that's pronounced either, but I really liked the priest. I liked his relationship with Agnes, because he's there to be a sense of comfort and solace for her to open up her story. So yeah, I really liked that relationship. I also really liked the family that takes in Agnes. At first, the family's kind of a little irritating and annoying because they are being so horribly cruel to Agnes. But, I mean, they have a right to be, because, I mean, if it was me, you know, if the cops came to me and they said, hey, we're going to have this murderer staying with you for a couple months, you mind that? I would be like, no, I don't want a murderer staying in my house. So yeah, the family, it's understandable, I suppose, you know, because yeah, there's this woman, she's accused of murder, she creeps them all out, so of course this family, they are very hateful and cruel towards her. But yeah, over the course of the novel, you do really come to like the family quite a bit, because they start to open up, they start to have a new perspective and see things differently as well as Agnes tells the story. And that's kind of what this novel is about, essentially. These characters, by listening to Agnes and learning new things, yeah, there's this whole novel, the themes of forgiveness as well as self-reflection. And we also do get a number of flashbacks in this book. I really loved the flashback sequences because, yeah, you're with Agnes, just the events leading up to what happens, and yeah, her co-conspirators, the man and young woman. Yeah, I really like them as characters as well. So overall, I do definitely recommend this book. This is a book that I gave 5 stars to. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. Like I said, it's just really rich and atmospheric. It really kind of tugs at you in certain places. Yeah, if you love historical fiction, pick it up. And I also recommend this if you really like Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. If you've not read the book, or at least have seen the Alias Grace miniseries, yeah, Burial Rites and Alias Grace are practically the same thing, you guys. Practically the same thing. Very similar concepts, you know, both following a murderess, you know, did they do it? So yeah, I definitely recommend this, guys. So, that's it for this video. In the comments below, have you guys read Burial Rites? Do you plan on reading it? Just let me know your thoughts down below. So, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.